Hey everyone, welcome back. So we are about to hop into season 2, episode 3 of Dark, called Ghosts. And actually, I just released episode 2 on YouTube last night. And when I was editing and I was taking notes, there's a couple of things that kind of just like clicked with me. When Egon went to go visit Ulrich in the ward, Ulrich, every time he meets Egon or every time they meet, one of them always brings up that line. It's like, my only aim is to take many lives. The more, the better I feel. And I was just kind of like just thinking about like, oh, okay, it's just part of a song that Ulrich likes. He likes the death metal or whatever the hell that was supposed to be back in the day. But the fact that they keep bringing it up, and the fact that Dark is actually it's very layered. There's a specific story they're telling us, and I feel like um, I'm not appreciating the whole story as it is. But I'm taking notes, but I feel like I'm not seeing past a certain level. Like I feel like I have certain expectations for the show that I'm just missing some of the details on the side. Like I'm gonna look through my notes real quick. Sorry if this is boring, but there was something in here. There was that quote with Ulrich that just popped back to me. It's like that quote, and then it reminds you of what Ulrich did to young Helge when he was a kid, beat the fuck out of him. And I'm like, if you break down that line, my only aim is to take many lives. The more, the better I feel. So it feels like he's constantly trying to fix his mistakes, try to rewrite history, and he's caught in like a loop. And then I'm just spitballing here. And what else is going on? I want to know. Okay, here's the thing. I read a comment that the person doing the sign language, it basically said that it was Elizabeth. I kind of had that suspicion, but the only reason I didn't state it was because I just figured that Elizabeth was dead. Like they made this big deal about how Jonas basically lost everything, and I'm not sure if everything to him is just Martha or something else, but clearly Martha's very important. I'm gonna have to just my thoughts and put my thoughts aside, my preferences aside. I know what the story is going for. I know what the show is going for. They want to tell a specific story, and I don't want my personal feelings to hinder the story that they're trying to tell. And I just want to just hop in and see what episode 3 has to offer. Where was I? Oh, about Elizabeth. The only reason I didn't really claim this because I didn't want to just like I didn't want to just make it seem like just because she was doing sign language that it's automatically the same person. I mean, that's really cool that it is Elizabeth, but if I didn't, did they give a name? I'm trying to remember because I feel like if they would have named her, I would have caught it, but maybe I missed it somehow. But it is cool that it is Elizabeth. That makes me a little happier to know that she actually becomes something in the future. But clearly she's a little misguided or something. Clearly, I'm just want to hop in and see what the story is going to bring us. I'm very excited to see where the direction certain characters go in regards to Hannah and Jonas going back, and Hannah realizing that Michael is alive and well, has a new mom, Ines or Enos. It is a lot to take in. So I know that a lot of things are changing for the better, and I'm glad that certain characters aren't stuck in certain character archetypes, and they're actually growing like really fast. I didn't expect to turn around on certain characters, but I'm really impressed with the writing of the show. And before I hop into episode 3, I just want to make sure that God, I lost my train of thought. But yeah, there's a lot of storyline left to cover. There's a lot of story left to cover. A lot of ground left to cover. Very interested to see how certain characters wind up by the end of it all. I have certain things in my head. I don't want to state just in case that they are right, they are wrong. But I do have some predictions like circling around in my head. I think that's enough for the introduction, and just an FYI before I just hop into it. I know I keep adding things, but when this episode is released, I believe it's going to be released Wednesday. If you're watching this Wednesday night when it is released, hello, hi. But before the next episode is released, which I'm aiming for Friday, episode 4, Friday will be the end of the poll for the secondary show, so hopefully, if my moderator's up to it, to count the votes, or I can do it. Doesn't really matter to me, I just want to figure out what show we're hopping into. I haven't really taken a look at the comments of that video ever since I posted it, so I'm curious to see what you guys think the second show should be. And I do want to start filming that ASAP to get it into rotation, so you guys at least know what to expect when you watch me. So, without further ado, we're going to hop in to Season 2, Episode 3 of Dark, titled Ghosts. Not exactly sure what to expect. I think it's more figurative rather than literal. It could be literal. I mean, maybe through time, things are like bleeding together and they kind of see each other. I don't know. But yeah, we're just gonna hop in and have a good time, and hopefully it's a great episode, like always. Like, comment, subscribe, and here we go.
Die Zeit ist immer mit dir. Egal wohin du gehst. Du trägst sie in dir und sie trägt dich. Sie sieht und hört alles, was du tust oder sprichst. Tick, Tack.
Tick, Tack.
Uh-oh. Is this what I think it's gonna be? So I was actually just thinking about the storyline for reasons. Yeah. You could teach my husband a thing or two. Well,
Claudia, bist du nicht schon los?
this is gonna be interesting.
Kauf dir einen Drops dafür.
Danke.
Helge?
Why do I feel like he's not Helge?
Wir wissen, dass er uns hört, worum wir auch bitten. So wissen wir, dass wir erhalten, was wir beten.
Man hat ihn gefunden. Wen gefunden? Den Dopplerjungen. Helge Doppler.
He's gonna want an explanation from Ulrich,
Magst du deine Mutter?
and they're gonna work together
Ich finde
somehow,
meine
right?
manchmal eigenartig. Sie tut immer so, als würde ich nichts verstehen.
Meine Mutter hat einen Bruder. Aber ich glaube, sie hassen sich.
Meinst du, sie ist glücklich hier?
Okay, so his bruises on his arms are clearing up. Did we ever get an answer to that? I don't remember. Like, is he being abused at home, or is he self-inflicting?
Ich habe gedacht, vielleicht willst du heute mal schwänzen und wir machen was Schönes. Ich
She's
weiß auch nicht, ich dachte
trying.
nur, wir haben so lange nichts mehr zusammen gemacht. Regina, warte. That kind of made me feel something. I like this. Because Regina thought her whole life that her mother didn't care, and all of a sudden... That was a heavy scene. Like, I know it may not look like much, but that meant a lot.
Hat noch kein einziges Wort gesprochen.
And that's not creepy at all.
Helge? Erinnerst du dich?
Als Also, ich wollte nur mal schauen, wie es dir so geht. Das klingt jetzt vielleicht eigenartig, aber letztes Jahr dieses Buch. Warum hast du mir das geschenkt?
Die Zeit ist immer mit dir, egal wohin du gehst. Du trägst sie in dir und sie trägt dich. Sie hört und sieht alles, was du tust und sprichst.
Wer ist Noah?
Du darfst ihm nicht vertrauen. Niemals. Hörst du?
Is he the white devil they were talking about? The Antichrist?
Helge!
Es tut mir leid. Ich wollte das alles nicht.
Sie bereiten den nächsten Zyklus vor. In 4 Tagen. Dein Bruder ist ein blinder Narr.
Brother.
All das Leid, das er den Menschen bringt. Aber es wird ein Ende haben.
Der Irre, der die Kinder getötet hat. Und der Dopplerjunge. Wie soll er das gemacht haben? Er sitzt seit einem halben Jahr.
Vielleicht war er nicht alleine.
Meinst du, er hat einen Komplizen?
Nimm du dir den Irren noch mal vor. Vielleicht spricht er ja jetzt.
That's where we start the tag team, right?
Warum haben sie uns nie gesagt, wie sie heißen? Wer sie sind?
You wouldn't even believe it.
Ulrich. Ulrich Nielsen.
Yeah, look at that smile.
Und ich komme aus der Zukunft.
Mein Name ist Tiedemann.
Wow. Ulrich
Egon
is so
Tiedemann.
fucked up.
Erinnern Sie sich an mich? Ich habe Sie letztes Jahr verhaftet.
Last year.
Es gibt da ein paar Dinge, die ich Sie gerne fragen würde.
Name unbekannt. Alter 9 bis 11 Jahre. Sein Vater heißt Ulrich Nielsen.
Helge, komm runter, hier ist jemand, der dich sprechen möchte.
Is he gonna react when he sees him? Just. There's something. What? That's definitely a reaction. Not what I was expecting.
Die Zeit ist immer mit dir. Egal wohin du gehst. Du trägst sie in dir. Und sie trägt dich.
War in letzter Zeit wieder schlecht. Ich hab Albträume.
Eine Sache.
That does look kind of suspicious.
Hättest du vielleicht ein Foto von dem Jungen?
Is she drugging him? Suspicious.
Nur für die Akten, ja?
Uh-oh. He has that somewhere.
Wenn du glaubst, Adam lässt dich zurück, dann irrst du dich.
Let you back
Du hast
in?
deine Seite gewählt. Für dich gibt's keine Erlösung.
Im Gegenzug will ich, dass du Adam sagst, dass ich zurück will. Bevor der neue Zyklus beginnt.
Du opferst sie.
Du kannst deine eigene Schwester nicht so hassen, wie du sie hasst. Betrachte es als ein Friedensangebot.
Ein braunes und ein blaues Auge. Das ist selten. Wie meine Tochter.
Die Welt hat dich nicht verdient.
Entschuldigen Sie aber. Kennen wir uns?
Du hast nichts davon verdient. Aber manchmal trifft es die Guten am härtesten.
Ich verstehe nicht.
Das wirst du eines Tages.
Du kannst hier nicht einfach so auftauchen. Warum machst du nicht einen Termin mit meiner Sekretärin aus, der uns beiden passt?
Ich habe Krebs.
Du bist ein zu guter Mensch, Papa. Die Welt hätte ich
Uh-oh.
nicht verdient.
Uh-oh.
Kennen Sie diesen Jungen?
It's Mikkel.
Du hast mir alles genommen. Du wirst sterben. Und mit dir alles, wofür du stehst.
Ich weiß, dass ich sterben werde. Aber werde ich diese Partie verlieren? Oder ist das hier, unser Treffen, du und deine Waffe, nur ein Teil eines Spiels, von dem du immer noch nicht weißt, wie man es spielt?
He's gonna shoot her anyway. Bang.
Das ist nicht wahr. Charlotte. Das ist nicht. Nein, das stimmt einfach nicht. Das ist nicht wahr.
What about Charlotte?
Hatte sie die Seiten dabei? Sie hat bekommen, was sie verdient hat. Am Ende bekommen wir alle, was wir verdient haben.
Wow. So, quick things. We didn't get any Francesca. We didn't get any Ellie. There wasn't any Magnus. No Jonas. No Martha. No. So, bunch of things happened in this episode. A lot of revelations. I think now we are getting to the point where before it was Ulrich's story that I was really, really interested in. Now it's kind of evolving into Egon's story. Everyone slowly realizing what's happening. The slow burn, the revelation, the eureka moments. It's like this show has a really good balance of everything. I'm curious what Agnes's endgame is. We learned that she was a part of something for a while before Adam, I guess, banished her. She used to be part of this cult. It's following this people that want to organize the apocalypse to set things right. You know, they want to save the world, but they're not the savior. Claudia keeps saying that he's not the savior. He can't set things right. I mean, everyone has an idea. Claudia has an idea of how to fix things. Noah has an idea of how to fix things. Jonas is working on how to fix things. In the last episode, he kind of disappeared into the dark matter. So I wonder what's going to happen on the other end of that. Perhaps maybe next episode we'll find out what happens when he walks through. Maybe we'll see the continuation of that, where he comes out the other end. There was no Hannah this episode either. There's no Katharina either. I kind of expected Katharina to show up. Because didn't she go into the caves? One episode? I feel like she's going to go to the past somehow. Time travel. So I really want to see how Katharina deals with her past, because now that we've gotten to the point where we've learned a little bit more about her character, about how she's not as sympathetic as I let on earlier in the series. She's definitely kind of switched spots with Regina. Remember, like when I was first going through the series, I kind of chose Katharina's side. But as the series progresses, I'm like kind of turning tables a little bit, and I think that's the beauty of a well-written show. You can learn to grow and accept characters and character traits, and I think that's one of the fun things about a show as well written as this, because it's believable. And I know some people are still harping on me, hating on the whole Martha and Jonas thing. hey, I get it. You know what I mean? Like, even in Empire Strikes Back, Luke and Leia kissed. They didn't know they were siblings. They still kind of had a thing. I know some people even shipped them before the reveal in Return of the Jedi that they were siblings. So I get that. It's just that with this, there's just something about Martha's character. Now, I know this is probably going to make some people angry or upset or whatever. Here's what I don't get about Martha's character. And maybe the show is going to elaborate on this. When we are first introduced to that situation, the three of them, Jonas, Bartosz, and Martha, in episode 1, Jonas came back. Bartosz was covering for him, right? As a good friend would. There was some suspicion that Jonas and Martha had a thing before the incident happened that he had to go away for, right? So I'm on the right track. But things went awry. Jonas comes back to school. Bartosz filled him in on everything, but left out the fact that he and Martha are now a thing. Here's my problem. Martha chose to be with Bartosz, right? She is a person. She can make her own decisions. If she had a thing with Jonas before and respected that, why would she suddenly start dating his best friend? Did Bartosz somehow lie, or did he like manipulate the truth somehow to kind of make it seem like he's looking after Jonas or trying to win some sort of favor over Martha? But whatever that situation is, the fact is Martha was dating Jonas, quote unquote, until it's confirmed. Things happened, and all of a sudden Martha and Bartosz are a thing until Jonas comes back. And then Martha gets all complicated with both of them, but realizes she wants Jonas. So, I feel like there's a lot of ways you can look at this situation, but there's just something about Martha being involved in both of these relationships that's just kind of like, she's at the center of both of these things. Or realistically, she's at the center of both problems. Now, sorry, my cat's like looking around. I am willing to look past Martha and the Martha and Jonas thing. I'm perfectly okay with that. Sometimes I can be a little over dramatic, but you know, it's a reaction. If you guys wanted me to just, you know, sit back when that revelation was like, Martha's your aunt, you could have just been like, okay. It's not a fun reaction. You want to see someone going, what? Huh? What? Ooh, what? Gross. That's a reaction. You don't want to just have me sit there. I mean, if you want, I could. It's not a big deal. But there's no fun in that because I like to engage with what's happening, and I feel like if you can get a reaction like that from a show, the show is doing an A+ job. But I feel like I've ranted on off topic so much in this episode, but this show is just really, really good. It's well written, it's well executed, these characters are really, really engaging. I want to know how this is all going to come together at some point. There's a lot to process, a lot going on, and to be honest, my expectations for the show are starting to skyrocket because each and every time they're starting to just hit that expectation each and every time. They know their audience, they know what they're doing. The fact that I still can't believe that it was planned out from the beginning, even though it's relatively a short show. But a show doesn't need to be 5+ seasons to be good. If it's, you know, a relatively quick series, a quick story, because this is only 3 seasons, you know, roughly 26 episodes. Yeah, 26 episodes, right? And they're roughly an hour each, give or take. So it's 26 hours of greatness, more or less. And I am really excited to continue. I am very, I'm overwhelmed with what the show is presenting me, because usually I watch shows where things are kind of a little more simple. It's like, oh, okay, A to B. But here it's like A to B to C to D, all the way back to this, that, there, who, what, when, where, why, and how. And I love every minute. So when you guys were saying that season 2 kicks it up a notch, you guys weren't kidding, because this story is moving fast. We already got the groundwork for season 1, so that foundation is there. It's a solid foundation. If I have to rate season 1 out of 10, overall I'd probably give it a 9. I mean, it wasn't perfect, but it definitely wasn't anything less than a 9. I think maybe the slowest episode was the second one, Lies, and even that, I would probably give it an 8. But the series has been really good. I think every episode of season 2 so far has been a 9 for me. I don't know if you guys care if I give them ratings. It's kind of hard to rate since each episode is another piece of the puzzle. And we're all gonna look at the grand finale at the end, how it all makes sense. Like I'm telling you guys, I really want to see a timeline. I want to see a family tree. I want to see all that good stuff once we hit the finale, because I'm very interested. And I can't wait to analyze the show, like, big time, and be one of you guys looking at other people's reactions, because, hey, you know what? I would like to know what I missed out on. I mean, I'm not watching other reactions to Dark just because obvious reasons. But, yeah, I feel like I've ranted on enough. I feel like the show has set expectations for the story incredibly high, and I have no doubt that they're going to meet every single one. The story is really engaging, and I know I keep repeating myself, but the show has me like really excited to hop into the next episode, which I'm probably going to do. So stay tuned for that. Also, with these last couple of days, just go back to, I think it's season 2, episode 1, where I talked about the polls. So just put in your votes there so I can start tallying them, so I can start filming the secondary show, and hopefully get more fans coming to the channel. But that being said, I thought this episode was great. I'm going to end it there, because I feel like I've ranted long enough. And if you liked my reaction and liked what you see, and if you want to see me get into future episodes, and you want to watch me see the story unfold, be sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And have a great day, guys. I'll catch you next time. Alright, guys. Thanks.